What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of Attack on Titan, of Tokyo Ghoul Season 3! Or Tokyo Ghoul, Season 2. Whatever you want to call it. But yeah, speaking of Attack on Titan, apparently the show is actually going on permanent break till spring of next year. Yeah, I heard that from my man Chief, so... Ugh. But since y'all got no chill, that's true. Y'all got no chill leaving me on that cliffhanger. But anyway... But you guys also know that today is SmackDown 1000. Rocking my Bullet Club shirt. Gonna be watching you guys. I'm hyped as hell to see it. I won't be doing a reaction to it, but I will definitely be doing a review or thoughts of video on SmackDown with that when everything's all said and done. Most likely on Wednesday. So yeah, let's get to this episode. Of TG. Fucking loved it. Studio Period, y'all did a great job once again. I don't know how well the adaptation was. I'll have to wait on Chi to see what he has to say. He didn't post a review for last week's episode, which kind of sucks, but hopefully post one for this one because I'm kind of curious on what he has to talk about. I can always just check his Twitter as well. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if like, oh, the adaptation was shit. There was so much rushing. So, me personally, I loved it. Loved the art. The art animation was also all really good. Voice acting. The music was without the highlight. So, heated. Anyway, so let us begin. So we start this off. We got Ayato and Bonja. They're over there taking care of CCG because they're on their way to rescue Hinami, which is the same as which Kaneki and Yomo are doing as well. So they're all kind of good for the same thing. They're over there taking care of the CCG. Take big easy work of them. We then get back over to Kaneki, where we left last week, where Kaneki was like, sorry I'm late, let's go. And so Hinami gets up. Walks up to our boy Kaneki and slaps him! Because he says, like, well, she is indeed happy that, of course, Kaneki is rescuing her, and, Kaneki's back and everything. She's even sadder because, of course, what does this mean? He's going back to the CCG? Like, where does this all lead? And Kaneki, of course, internally thinks, that this is his last job. This is his final job. He's going to save Hinami and get killed by Arima. Because, as we all know, Bloodstained Kaneki, or, Reaper Kaneki, whatever you want to call this version of Kaneki, his whole, shtick is, White Hair Kaneki was all about power and edginess and all that stuff, and Heise was just, a dream, was like Kaneki's dream. Bloodstained Kaneki, as we all know, is just wants to die in wants to die in style. He wants to die in style, leave a huge mark on the world before he bites the big one. We get back to Ayato. He's taking care. Got rid of all to make work to the CCG guys. Out of breath a little bit. Again, he gets hit by Arima. He comes out there. Then he gets him on the ropes a little bit. Looks like it's about Arima. It's about to kill Ayato. Our boy Yomo comes in there with the clutch save with Toka, of course. And then we get the face off between Yomo and Ayato. Or Yomo and Arima, excuse me. And we actually learned a lot about Yomo's backstory, where we find out that he actually knew Toka back ever since she was like a little kid. He knew Toka's parents and everything, and we see that, and we also see a little bit of Toka and with Toka, and Arima, and not Arima, I don't know if you say Toka, Yomo, her parents, everything, and all that stuff. And we actually also see, of course, when, Toka's mother died, if I remember correctly, because I'm pretty sure this was actually talked about in the manga, and I believe volume 8, I think it was, when we got the huge backstory about Toka and Ayato, was that, of course, she was indeed killed by CCG operatives, if I believe, because of, their next door neighbor actually ended up snitching on them, or maybe it was actually, that's how, their dad ended up dying. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've, of course, that was a while ago when I read Volume 8. Anyway, so we get that, of course, he's talking to Yomo and he's crying, I couldn't protect her, I couldn't save her, it's all my fault, the chance of dying, yada, yada, yada. And Ayato just, grabs him by the shoulders. They're like, dude, stop feeling bad for yourself so you can feel better later. He ain't taking this. So we then of course we see him, and we end up seeing Toka's dad ended up eating a ghoul. That's where he got turned his eyes on and everything. Of course he took out, and these two CCG officers came up into this alley. They're like, he's eating a ghoul, and I'm assuming that's where he'd eat them. And where we then get back to, we get to Ontaku, where Yomo is talking to Yoshimura, where he's pretty much telling him about everything that's happened with Toka and her parents, how he kind of feels bad for what happened, that he was kind of the cause for what he told his father and everything, of course. And Mr. Yoshimura says, it's not easy trying to protect someone. So then we get back to present, where of course we see the duel between Arima and Yomo. Yomo's of course fighting to protect Ayato and Toka, while at the same time he's also on the revenge quest because if my memory serves me correct, in the manga, Arima actually ended up killing Yomo's sister, if I remember correctly, and that was because that was a whole huge stuff involved. Was a huge backstory about Yomo and Uta. So yeah, so in case you're wondering what the hell is he talking about with the sister, and that's why Arima killed his sister, and of course he's now out for revenge for to avenge his sister and all that stuff. Fight itself, really damn good art and animation. Ayato and Toka end up helping out in there a little bit. So I love the little moments between Ayato and Toka where she's like, "You've gotten bigger." It's so cute seeing these guys finally back together and not trying to kill each other. They're actually working together, brother and sister. So that was awesome in the moment. But our boy Kaneki ends up showing up, where he's talking with Yomo and he's like, you guys take care of this, Ayato gets Yomo and he tells him that where he's going to take care of this, take care of I don't know why I'm doing this. I cannot talk today. Jesus. Taking down Arima, while at the same time we of course get this. I love this cute little moment with Toka when she meets Hinami. They meet up. It looks like Toka's about to slap Hinami, and she braces for it, but then she just kind of squishes her cheeks, and that was just such an adorable moment. Art animation, by the way, was pretty overall. The art animation was overall pretty good across the board. It's nothing like Hiroaka or SAO's been doing, but compared to the first half of overall, Studio Pierrot's been doing a pretty bang up job, if I do say so myself. We then get back over to where we get back to Banjo. He's with Yomo, Toka, and all those guys. They're making their escape route. Or then Fruta shows up, and and then we find out that he turned on these little I don't know what you call these gears or I don't know what gears or something. Anyway, they make a move to make it pretty much that makes it very difficult for you to escape. And so we then get we then see that Eto, she's like, you're doing Kaneki, you're putting your heart and soul into this, because he's over there fighting Arima, it's now it's time for me to contribute. So then she turns into her owl form, bursts through the wall, where she then goes over to take out Fruta, and oh my god, the stuff with Fruta was hilarious. He's like, oh, he runs away in a very cartoonish manner. Actually, there was actually a couple things I forgot to mention. Actually, when Kaneki was making an escape with Hinami over to where he meets up with Yomo and all those guys, he actually meets Fruta ends up meeting him in the hallway, and we find that his Queen K is of course Senji, I think the dude's name was, the guy that was, that Fruta was working under. Same thing, he's using the chainsaw. And I loved it, because Kaneki, you could tell that there's definitely some difference because the dude's trying to kill Kaneki, and Kaneki's just dodging all of his attacks. Oh yeah, it's just pretty good. And I love the shot where then Hinami comes in there, uses her Kaneki, and impales into the middle, and then after he falls out of the group, she kind of blushes, puts her hands together, let's go! That was a nice little moment. No, another moment I love was when Kaneki met up with Toka and all those guys, and they made their exit to, and Kaneki is going to take care of Arima. I love when Toka said when they made up, she was like, see you again, see you soon later, see you again later, see you later. That was an amazing moment. And right when they did meet up with the Banjo and all those guys, Yomo actually asked, you sure you don't want to just stay with Kaneki? And she's like, if I do, he would just try to protect me, wouldn't he? That's very true. So then we get to the fight between Arima and Kaneki. Pretty good fight part. You could tell the huge difference in just their skill and power between Arima and Kaneki. Well, yes, even though Kaneki did work under Arima, trained him and everything, Arima can still whoop Kaneki's ass like into next week. He can do that shit blindfold because actually he even states after he like Kaneki's on the floor after he's really done his work on him. He says that I think it was like 370 times is how many times throughout the whole fight he could have finished him off, and that's also how many times he let him just get away, which just shows Arima, you could have gotten rid of Kaneki that easily if you really wanted to. And he ends up also activating his Kakuja. We see the return of his Kakuja. That was pretty cool. But that doesn't end up really helping him that much. He did manage to get rid of one of his Queen Ks, but then he was like, "Dude, we're in the basement, right? The little little hatch or whatever you want to call it, on the roof just opens up and a new Queen K appears that actually was made from the owl. I think it was Eto Owl, or maybe it was Yoshimura. I forget which one of those two. But yeah, that new Queen King, that thing was a beast. So then we get to the emotional moment of the episode. Without a doubt, it was the highlights of the episode. Voice acting, spot on. Music, fucking phenomenal. And the feels. Ooh, the feels. So we're in, I guess you can say we're inside Kaneki's head. I don't even really know. I'm assuming it's his head, where we got Kaneki with the white hair kind of just laying down and being like, "Is Token and the others okay? Did I buy them enough time? They're alright, right? Well, my job here is done. Time to kick the bucket." And he kind of walks away. A hand grabs him where we find out it's Hide. Our boy Hide. And I love, oh my god, the conversation they had. Yes. Kaneki saying I can't beat Arima. I can't do it. I can't beat him. Hide tells him, "Yes, you can. Of course you can, man." Where we then get the amazing line. Oh my god, the feels. And the voice acting. Somebody give Kaneki's Japanese voice actor a raise, please, because he starts crying. And he says, "Hide, I can't, I'm so lonely without you." Oh! The voice that Yarden makes, that was definitely spot on trajectory, because I've seen that manga panel a bunch of times, and Para did an amazing job there. That was, and then Hide tells him, "At that moment, I was thinking that I wanted to live alongside you. And I'm going to keep saying it until you hear me. Even if it's lame, live." And Kaneki, stands back up. He now has white hair. Now, I have no idea how the hell he has white hair again, because with Bloodstained Kaneki, you guys know that his hair just turned black. But in actuality, this is actually what I found out from Chief's review when this happened, back in season 1. That actually the blood from because during the fight with Eto, the blood that he was getting, I guess the blood because he was bleeding a little bit, actually ended up staining his hair. Hence why it was black, and as we know, when blood dries up, it turns black. So, but more in actuality, the hair was more probably like a reddish black, but in manga, it's just plain black. So hence why he's called Bloodstained Kaneki, because his hair is literally stained in blood. How it turns back to white, I don't know. Maybe the blood washed off or something. I don't know how it suddenly goes from black to white. Because maybe the flowers did it. I don't know. Because he's in a room, because he's surrounded by white flowers. So I don't know, maybe the flowers did it. I don't know. Maybe the blood washed out. I don't know how his hair is suddenly white again, but whatever. It probably made a lot more sense in the manga. Kaneki's hair color changes always make a lot more sense. Other than Hide, where I'm just like, what? I don't know why it's black and white, but most of the time it usually always makes sense. So there's probably a better reason why his hair is not back to white. So anyway, we get back to the fight. Kaneki, he's putting the work against Arima. He's actually holding his own against him, and where he ends up actually breaking part of his his main Queen K that he had. He ends up breaking half of it off, where he's like, and then he goes, and Kaneki just kind of just stands there. And then Arima, I guess, in the last watch, comes charging towards him and stabs him with whatever's left of his blade. Where he's like, and where, Kaneki just kind of sits there. A little bit of blood comes off of his mouth, and he pulls back. And Arima asks him, "You're not going to kill me?" "Nope." And he asks him one more time, "You're not going to just finish me off?" "I won't change my mind." I guess I've lost then. Because Arima says, because Kaneki didn't want to fight him, and certainly didn't want to kill him, probably because they had so much because Arima was kind of like a father figure to Kaneki. Because he didn't want to kill him. And so, because that he didn't want to kill him. And Arima said, the fight isn't over until one of us is dead. And because of that, after he said, "You know what, I guess I've lost. There's not much more I can do," takes his queen cake and slits his own throat. Yep. Arima kills himself. Yeah. So, now let's finish this review off with the stuff with Eto and Fruta. And so, the dude's like, "Oh, hey, Fruta," but like, after, Eto, was like just killing everyone left and right. Fruta's like, "Oh, hey, I think we got off on the wrong foot. Can we just start?" He's like, "Nope." It's like, "What are you playing?" It's just like, "Oh," and he's like dodging her attacks in a very car. He's like, she's pissed, and he's like, "Dead end." He's like, "Violence is wrong," and covers his eyes, and then he's like, "So why don't we go to a peaceful religion?" And opens his eye where he finds that he's actually indeed a half ghoul. And then he takes, I guess he had so much power in his Kagami that just got rid of her, cool owl form. Because when we see her back again, after we get back to the Arima fight, we see that Eto's just kind of laying against the wall. So I don't know what happened there, because we see that he actually did a decent job to her face and got rid of it. So I guess from there she just kind of just fell to the floor. Anyway, and so she says, what she asks, and first he says that, of course, that, I'm glad I went through, Kano's program course, become half ghoul, to use and she asks him, "Is your Kagane Rize's?" And he says yes. I match Kaneki. It's her Kagane is, it's amazing, it's beautiful, yada yada yada. And Edito asks him, "Fruta, you don't need V, so what is it that you truly desire?" And he says in a very deep voice compared to what he was just saying. He says, "Super peace." While I actually hold up the peace sign, he's like, "Yeah, peace, peace," and does this stupid dance, and she's like, "The fuck? What's going on here?" I love when Fruta says, can you just, die now, please? That was hilarious. And that is where the episode ends. After, of course, doing stuff with Arima. This episode was amazing. Art animation was pretty good. The voice acting, ooh. The voice and the music was actually the highlight. Oh my god. The scene with Hide. Oh man. Ashita, you got no chill, my man. You got no chill. You really know how to tug on them heartstrings. Because that was such a beautiful moment with Kaneki and Hide. Yeah. And I love what he said, another thing I love about his conversation, he says, after Kaneki says, "I'm so lonely without you," he says, "You just haven't found a reason to live yet, right? Don't worry. You'll find it eventually. And because I'm kind of a mongrel here, I know exactly what that reason is." Some of y'all could probably already guess who it is, but I won't say nothing. But, ooh, I can't wait till we get there. When I actually started reading the manga, chapter 125 and beyond. Ooh, I can't wait to start seeing that get adapted. I'm not expecting chapter 125 to get adapted just because of the contents of it. But if we do, oh my god, am I going to be pleased. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to see next week, because next week, it looks like it's not going to focus too much on Kaneki. It's going to be focusing more on the supporting characters, and it actually ended with, we see that Torso found Toru, and she's actually inside this cave. So that's gonna be interesting. I hope we also see Uri and Psycho as well, because I love my man Uri. The man is just super entertaining, and yeah, definitely excited to see what next week has to offer. So yeah, Not much more I can say, so my final verdict for this week's episode of Tokyo Ghoul Season 2, or whatever you want to call it, is of course a 10 out of 10. So hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you feel like it. Links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time. Now, if you guys will excuse me, SmackDown 1000, baby.